Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm Susan Hayer with MSS Business Transformation Advisory. Got over 15 years of experience in organizational change management. And I'm here with my bestie, Nicole. Hi, Nicole. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Nicole why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure. I currently work at the state of Washington, and my title is Senior Data Manager, which is kind of a catch-all for architecture, development, design, all that stuff. And before that, I've had about 20, 25 years of experience in everything to do with databases, data technology.
Oh, I know. You've
You were
coached
there
me.
at the beginning.
Yes, from the very beginning. Okay, well, I'm so glad that you came here today and to meet with us or invited me to your state, your lovely state of Washington.
Yes, welcome, by the way. It is a
Yeah.
lovely state.
Isn't it? But today we're going to talk about your love, data architecture, and my love, organizational change management. So this is going to be a fun topic.
Okay.
Why don't we kick it off with you?
Okay.
What is data architecture? And what is a data architect's role? And why should I care?
Yeah, good questions. Yep, for sure. So in our new technology world, and that's really not that new anymore, data is everywhere. Whether you're building some kind of front-end system to collect information, or you're building an analytics system, one way or another, you are using data. There's a data backend to it. So it's and the data itself is a medium by which we can communicate with each other, learn about each other. But for an organization specifically, it's how we develop cutting edge advantages over other organizations, or just gain insights about human behavior, or marketplace behavior, or whatever. So you within an organization, you need somebody who's going to kind of help structure all of that data in a way that that kind of keeps things flowing, helps everybody gain those insights, helps everybody work together, and kind of help usher in like new technologies, or upgrades, or some kind of innovation. And so the reason that you might care about your data architect is that they would be the ones that are kind of keeping in mind all of the places in which data is being stored and or used or integrated or whatever. And they'll be the ones that can help sort of direct the flow of traffic within the organization as far as data is concerned.
Ooh, fantastic. Would you start that before you kick off the project or at the end of it?
Data architecture?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like definitely at the beginning of a project, at the very least.
Yeah.
Another place that you might consider having your data architect is in your business strategy planning, because the data architect is going to know where all those like data bodies are buried. And when you're developing your strategy, you want to understand the organization, and what better place to find it than in your data.
Exactly. The reason why I asked you that question is I was on a project where they pulled me in to help them, and they hadn't even thought about their data. Do you see that?
It's usually kind of it's usually kind of like an afterthought, or they don't realize the value that the data architect brings to helping with those kinds of strategies.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Hate it. But what I hear you say is all very important. I just hope no one misses the OCM piece of it, which is you want to make sure you bring everyone together. You take a collaborative approach. You do some workshops so that they understand the architecture. One of the things that I know, and I know you've done this for me many times, which is just having a visual diagram so that people who don't speak architecture understand it in the lamest terms possible. So
definitely. I apologize. No. I'm just getting excited here. Yeah. So
I see the passion.
So one of the qualities I think that would make for a good data architect is somebody who can find those very critical elements, data elements within the system. And so when I talk about the system, I'm also talking about the people system, the process system, and organize it or distill it down in a way that is easily digestible by other human beings so that they can understand kind of like the interplays between maybe the technology or two different systems, or like the results of some kind of analytical project. Those are things that those are ways that the data architect can help.
Yep. And bringing all your people in together. So your IT teams, your project teams, your business teams,
Definitely.
everyone needs to come together.
Yeah.
So that they're understanding and they're involved from the beginning, and they've bought into this new architecture that you found.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely say so. How would you propose that a data architect brings these people together?
It's a great question. So when your sponsor comes to you and is asking you, we want to do this, help us kick this off, or can you put this together for us? That's when you say, yes, absolutely, but I need I need these people in a room together with me, and it would be your IT, it would be your development, it would be your business units, anyone that's impacted. Key stakeholders is what we call them in the OCM world. Bring them into the room, and for him to understand the benefits is basically people are going to adopt this new architecture that you want to put in place a lot better if they understand the why and what we're doing. So helping them understand the why at the front is really going to make that difference. So just maybe talk to your sponsor about that a little bit.
Okay, understand the why.
Yeah,
right, cool.
That's the biggest thing. Bringing all those people together, and they'll want to be there because it's like, oh, there's another change coming. Why is this happening?
Yep.
And then you'll be able to answer that and share the benefits ahead of time.
Okay, that's good advice. I have a question for you.
My pleasure.
In terms of communicating and getting buy-in, how can a data architect effectively address stakeholders who might be resistant to change?
That's a great question. I mean, there's so many people that are resistant. My word to you that I want you to remember is WIFM. What's in it for me?
Okay.
Everyone's always looking at what's in it for me. And if you are able to help them understand that, you'll get them to buy in easier. So in order to do that, you need to know what the benefits are, how you're going to make it more efficient and easier in their daily lives every single day. And if you can help explain and help them understand that, which I know you can, because visually you can put that together, and when you're passionate about something, you make sure everyone gets on your side. If you can do that effectively, they'll be bought in. Now, there are going to be those outliers that will just continue to be like, nope, not in, not me. What you want to do is make it about them. Have them be your first people that you're bringing on board. Have them understand the benefits. Show it to them. Work with them on it. It's a lot of work. Sounds simple, but it's a lot of work. But once you get to it, it's there.
Okay, good advice.
Okay, I've got one more question for you.
Okay.
If they don't start thinking about data at the beginning of the project, and now they're in the middle of the project, how do we course correct and bring the project back to data?
Yeah, so if you bring your data architect or your development team or whatever in the middle of the project, you will effectively have to start back at the beginning, because there's really no way for the data architect, the developers, all the people that are going to be involved in building or doing or whatever to fully understand the scope, the desire, the needs, the nuances of what is wanted if you bring them in the middle of the project after all those decisions have been made. And some of those decisions, if they're made without the architecture in mind, if you bring your data architect or your enterprise architect or any other architect in at the middle, they're just going to have to, they will basically have to sit everybody back down and say, hey, all these decisions that you made months and months ago, you need to tell me about them again. You need to help me understand, like, what systems are you working with? What systems are you hoping to build? What are you hoping to get out of this project? And then I can help you redesign things and then project manage it on its way to completion.
Got it. So that's going to be a lot of costs
It will be. Yes.
added.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Planning is key.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got to
Planning
plan
is key to
data at
success
the
of it.
beginning.
Yep.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay. No, I don't disagree with you at all.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate you stating that. I mean, I think OCM, the organizational change piece of it that you're bringing up in the beginning, the data readiness piece that you're bringing at the beginning is really going to save people a lot of money. Instead of spending $3 million on an ERP project, you could probably just get away with $1 million if you plan properly.
Or less.
Uh-huh. Okay, yep. That is true. Well, Nicole, I really appreciated you being here with me today. Mm-hmm. Anything you'd like to say, or?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you for inviting me to this, and just hearing what you have to say about organizational change management, as well as this fireside chat itself, has given me lots of ideas of what I can do when I go back to work.
Oh, fantastic. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just excited that we were here in the state of Washington. It's so beautiful and away from the 100-degree weather.
Well, it's good for me, maybe not so much for you.
All right. Thank you so much.